Claude is giving filmmakers an unfair advantage. Let me explain. I've seen the most incredible rise in my productivity over the last 2 weeks, and that is solely because of Claude, and in particular, co-work. If you're thinking to yourself, I don't know or understand Claude, I certainly don't know how to use it in filmmaking, then hopefully this video will give you some ideas on how you can use it as well. So this is how I'm using Claude and the systems that I'm building to help me turn my service business into a one-person empire. Here's what we're going to cover today. We're going to cover backing up files, rebuilding and simplifying the onboarding process, making passive income with stock sites, streaming and cutting the cost of delivering your videos to your clients, animations, cutting footage, and creating a bespoke custom stock footage website. So you might be thinking, Claude, what's Claude? I've only just got used to ChatGPT. Well, Claude AI is slightly different because it interacts with your computer inside your computer. The company Anthropic behind the Claude AI are innovating so fast that every month it just feels like they're offering a new groundbreaking feature. I bet I'll probably be remaking this video in about 3 weeks' time. So for you as a filmmaker, it is like having an employee, a digital employee that lives inside of your computer and knows your files better than you do. And I know for some of you, this might be kind of overwhelming, but don't worry, I'm going to cover a few topics today. But if you feel like you need a bit more, then just leave a comment down below and I'm happy to go into depth about some of the things that I'm covering today. Hopefully that's helpful. Okay, so firstly, installing Claude. It's really easy, but what I need to make very clear is that you need Claude as the desktop app, not the web application. You need to grant it certain permissions and access to your files. This might feel a bit scary, but don't worry, it's perfectly safe. You'll also be using this thing called the terminal. Kind of looks scary, kind of looks like the Matrix, looks like this. This is not the terminal. This is just a YouTube background, if I'm honest. But it's just another way for your AI to access your computer's data. And at any point, a general rule of thumb is if you're using Claude and you don't understand what it's doing, just ask it to explain itself. Like, what do you mean by this? And what is this? And help me understand this. And generally speaking, it's very good at explaining stuff to people like us who might not be very technical in coding or data, but have a curiosity and a will to make things easier for ourselves using AI. Oh, and another thing is make sure you ask Claude to summarize the chat, then put it into another project. This will save you so many credits. Because it uses credits depending on the length of your conversation. This will save you a lot in the future, so you can thank me later. There are many things we have to do as filmmakers and photographers that are not very interesting and kind of suck, but we have to do it. But what I've found is with AI, all of these things have been simplified. Starting with backing up your files. We've all been there. Full SD cards after a long shoot. You want to know it's on a hard drive and safe. I've got a system now where I get Claude to check that everything's backed up and show me that it is on a hard drive before I wipe a single SD card. It's simple yet effective, and you can ask it to build yourself a custom interface with whatever colors or features you like. And if you're like me, that someone that shoots a lot, lots of different projects, it's nice having the peace of mind knowing that Claude can find the files that you are supposedly backing up and ensuring that they are actually backed up. And as well as this, Claude can help you find big files that you might not need anymore, maybe duplicates or big sessions. If you're a filmmaker, you'll know what I mean. And if it's taking up space and you don't need it anymore, then it will give you an opportunity to get rid of it. So no more wasting file space or bad data management. Claude makes this so easy with co-work. I'll just say as a disclaimer, be careful, double check everything, and make sure that you have your wits about you when giving Claude permission to delete stuff. I'd recommend just doing that yourself. So next, I've rebuilt my whole website. I've rebuilt the whole pipeline. And what was maybe 3 or 4 different steps for a client, like signing a contract and signing a model release, all of these things have been simplified into one pipeline using Claude AI. It makes my life easier, and it certainly makes my client's life easier. My site includes a landing page, a retainer calculator, an onboarding process, a digital signature, and a welcome pack with the help of Base 44. It's amazing to watch, and it's something that's really special. And it's saving me money as well. No more hosting fees for unnecessary websites that I've built, and subscriptions to Adobe can be cut, or whatever you use for digital signatures. It's all on a dashboard, and it's all easy for me to track. Now, if you've been on this channel for more than 5 seconds, you'll know that I love stock footage and I'm super keen on passive income. I use a service called IMS, and it's an AI that recognizes your footage for you, tags and describes and uploads it, sends it to over 12 different websites. It's an amazing way of making passive income. With Claude, I can use an API key from IMS, so it makes the whole process easier. Well, what does this mean? Well, instead of using the software, I just drag and drop the footage that I want up on a stock site into a single folder. It will make sure that IMS does its job, and then it will upload it for me totally automatically. And there are other sites as well that are a bit more difficult to upload to, where you might not have an FTP portal or an API. So navigating the site is a bit more difficult. It's a lot more clicking, a lot more entering information. But Claude can do that for you as well. If you give it full permission over your Chrome, then it will upload stuff for you, and it's absolutely incredible. Next, we're going to talk about file delivery. Instead of using bulky and expensive services like Pixieset or Dropbox, I have a new method of delivery that I think you're really going to like. I use a service called bunny.net, which sounds a bit dodgy, but it's actually fine. I use this with Claude and with Base 44 to create an unreal delivery experience for my clients. And Bunny is super cheap. You can stream and download all of the files that you put on it. And the cool thing is it charges you for usage, not for the total. So you might end up spending £6 rather than £60. You compare that to any other service like Google or Dropbox, they just charge you for the full amount. And things like AWS might cost like £80 to £120. It's a very clever way of doing it. And you can get rid of files that you don't need on there anymore and save more money. But here's where it gets really cool. I use a service called Base 44. You can use something like Replit, and I create a personalized portal for each of my clients. It's a little bit of work to start with, figuring out to tag all of the photographs and all of the clips of that shoot, and I upload it to their own portal. I lock in the metadata using Claude, and then it's uploaded to their own private library. So if you're anything like me and you deliver individual files, this becomes insanely useful, as a client can just search for what they're after and download it there and then. And if you've been working with clients for a long time, like I have, and you have retainer models, sometimes it can get a bit frustrating when they ask for files and you know where they are, but it'd be better if they could just search for it themselves. So this is what this does. And it means that there's so much accessibility to all of your work, and it's all done using Claude and something like Base 44. Clients can just navigate the website by searching something like drinks, or for me, it's clients that are searching for particular dishes like lamb or pudding, and it will come up with all of the stuff that's tagged with those categories. It's a service that I now charge for, which is so cool. The first 100 gigabytes are free, and then if they find use out of it and they like it, then it's £25 a month per terabyte. With ongoing clients, it's an absolute dream, because if you've got a high volume of content, it just makes it so much easier to find all of the assets that you've created for your clients. The cool thing about Claude is if you come up with an idea and wonder if it can be a feature, just ask it. If you want an upsell option, like for example, selling all of your raw footage, just ask for it. Done. You can connect your Stripe account and you get paid straight away. Do it once and all the hard work is done. Claude is also incredible for creating animations using one of their services called Claude Design. You can enter the different brands that you work with and come up with a really bespoke, specific brand guidelines. It then follows that and creates animations around that. With just a couple of prompts, you can have yourself an in-house editor that creates perfect animations. I mean, it is absolutely insane. And if you've liked some of the animations in this video, well, now you know where they've come from. Claude can also cut silences on a long take. So if you've got rough cuts, it can do that too. I've not really tried this one so much, but I know of certain creators that can do it. I use a different service called Gling, which is really, really clean. I've used it for this video. So if you think the cuts are good on this video, Gling is definitely the one for you. Lastly, I run my own stock website. It's called Isle of Wight Stock, which is where I'm from. And for the best part of 9 months, I spent a huge amount of time and money creating this website, and thousands of pounds to pay people to help populate the website with products and different aspects of the site. And I went to Upwork and paid people to upload to the website for me. I was told that this website would cost hundreds of pounds every month in fees, and it would cost £10,000 to make. I was able to bring that down, and I ended up making it myself, which I thought was very clever at the time. But I'm going to show you just how good Claude is. I asked Claude to rebuild the whole website for me. It's a complicated website, and in 2 days, I had remade the entire website. And not only had I made the website, but I'd also made the website so much better. It also uploaded thousands more assets for me onto the site, whereas I was paying people on Upwork to do this for me. So it saved me hundreds of pounds every month in fees. I cannot tell you how good this is. I mean, it is absolutely insane. And when you use Claude right, it really does unlock a huge amount of potential for your one-person business. I've made a website for locals looking for top quality stock footage. That's the niche I've found myself in, and it's helped me build that. Last thing is that I've built a dashboard for my whole business where I can enter all of the information across my business, and it helps me have an overview of what I am looking at. All of my clients, all of my invoicing, everything. I use Claude and Base 44 for this, and I can't tell you how helpful it is. So there are loads of ways that you can use Claude to improve your video business. And there are probably more, to be honest with you, but we'll have to probably do a part 2 to this. Some honorable mentions that you might have thought, why aren't they in this video? Well, they didn't make the cut, but here are some honorable mentions. You can set up email automation. This might be really helpful if you're a videographer that works with lots of different clients that purchase different things from you. You could set up an automation. They can reply to emails for you. It can write contracts. It can write briefs. I mean, honestly, there's a million options out there. It's a world of possibilities with Claude. And I really feel like I am just scratching the surface. I'm super excited to see where this technology goes. And the good news is, if you're watching this, you're one of the few people that aren't burying their heads in the sand. You're actually trying to be proactive with learning what it takes to build AI into your existing business. And it's people like you that won't be replaced, but you will be embraced. So I just kind of came up with that. It's not on the script. I think it's important when you find tools like this to change your mindset of you're not just a photographer. You're a person with an incredible skill that can now be leveraged to the hills. And you can use this to make products, applications, and design things within a heartbeat. You're going to be a ninja. You're going to be an absolute weapon within the world of business. So I want to encourage you. It's an exciting time to be a videographer. The chances of us being replaced are very low, in my opinion. What we do is difficult and hard. And if you use AI to help with your business, then you'll be impossible to replace. So I hope this brought you some value. If you want me to dig into any of the stuff that we spoke about, then just leave a comment. Some of the services and software we've spoken about are in the description down below. If you want to check them out, they are affiliate links and they help the channel and help us grow. Thanks again for watching. And if you want more tips, more tricks, more hacks, more ways to run your business in a more efficient, clever way, then subscribe. See you in the next one.